Welcome to Take 5, a podcast brought to you by Newleaf Training and Development. Each edition is an inspiring interview with a leader worth listening to. Enjoy. Hey, I'm Paul Butler, one of the client partners at Newleaf Training and Development, and I'm so delighted to be joined today by Ken Robinson, who is the owner and principal of Empowered2LEAD Consulting, and is also an independent certified coach with the John Maxwell organization. Ken, can you believe it? For 19 years now here at Newleaf, we've focused on our core purpose of simply helping people and organizations better manage themselves, lead others, and grow business acumen. I just wondered what would be your recommended best practices to help people and organizations be their best. But please do start though by telling us a little bit more about your organizations, what you do and who you serve. So over to you, Ken, and I'll wrap it up when you're done.
Well, Paul, thank you. It's an honor to be here, and congratulations on 19 years serving our community and leadership and developing the community there. Just a bit about my background. Again, I'm principal and owner of Empowered2LEAD Consulting Services, and I work with a variety of clients from small businesses to healthcare organizations, financial organizations, insurance, and I do coaching, training, and speaking, and just have loved doing that for probably the past 20 years or 25 years. And Paul, we met when I was with higher education and worked with higher education for about 10 years. So yeah, just an honor to be here. And your question is very powerful. And I believe success, and personally as well as with organizations, starts with being intentional. And with that intentionality, I pretty much so broke it down into 5 key best practices for people to be successful in their careers as well as company success. The first is start with a vision and a purpose. And for individuals, it's essential to have a clear sense of purpose. And as Simon Sinek has said, as you probably heard of, many of your audience have heard of, you start with the why, and that drives everything we do. Not the what, but the why we do what we do. And sometimes we ask ourselves, what excites me? What comes naturally to me? What are my natural talents? May not take a lot of effort, but I get it done. So these are often clues to your purpose, and having that clarity gives us direction. It gives us focus and a sense of fulfillment. It also helps to set guiding principles that align with our passion and our strengths. That way, we get up in the morning, first thing, we're jumping out of bed, we get the coffee or breakfast, and then we're on it because that passion is alive, that vision is alive, and we know our purpose and our why. Number 2, develop a personal development plan. Very, very important, and I work with my clients to start with that. And I always recommend creating a personal development plan, building our strengths and leveraging our strengths, but also working on some weaknesses. We all have weaknesses in areas that we want to develop. So I'm sure you, Paul, and many others have heard of the SMART acronym with goals, right? That's being specific with your goal, that it's measurable, that it's achievable, it's relevant to your goal itself, and then we have a time bound or a time frame to that. So growth doesn't happen by accident, right? It has to be intentionality, and it happens by design. So that growth applies to both individuals as well as organizations. Number 3, and really quickly, adopt a growth mindset and commit to continuous improvement. So I've long embraced this Japanese philosophy that's been around many, many years called Kaizen, and it means continuous improvement. It's about making small incremental changes that lead to significant results over time. So this really helps foster efficiency, better quality, and less waste. Number 4, prioritizing effective communication. But also, Paul, I find we not only communicate, but we connect. The workplace is so diverse today. We've got 5 generations working in our workforce, and we've got one in Q, the alpha generation. So the workplace is comprised of cultures, ethnicities, and what we want to do is open up to communicate effectively where there's real teamwork. And then last but not least, it's so important to have a servant leadership attitude, to lead with integrity, trust, and just earning that over time. And I'm a strong believer in servant leadership, putting others first and helping them grow. And when people feel valued and supported, they always perform their best. So in closing, at the end of the day, people and organizations thrive when there's clarity of purpose, there's a commitment to growth, and the leadership is rooted in integrity and service. So it's not about being perfect. It's about progress. It's about connection and making a positive impact every day. So there are my key best practices I wanted to share today.
Hannah, I really, really like those. I love the clarity, just very pragmatic and very memorable. And I just really want to say a big thank you for that. That really made a lot of sense to me. And if I could just a message out to the subscribers to keep an eye on the events page for the activities that we have going on throughout the course of the year, most of which are available for free for subscribers. Ken, could I offer you up the virtual freeway, could I offer you a virtual high five?
Absolutely, Paul. Yes.
Ken, it's so good to see you again. And
Good
I know I said this to you in our green room, but you're definitely doing something right because you don't age.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you, Paul. It's so good to see you too. And you're looking great too.
Oh, thanks, Ken. All the best.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I hope you found that interview useful, and if you did, feel free to rate, review, and share this podcast. We'll be back next week with another episode, and we also invite you to check out our other weekly podcast, Going the Extra Mile, which is sure to lift your spirit and encourage you in today's working world. Bye for now.